Yeah, I'm just going to go in and block him. So. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and I'm glad everybody's joined us. I'm going to flip my YouTube on over here.
And I'm just going to close my eyes and ground myself, so I'm not ignoring you.
Yeah. In fact, I'd just like to pull in a veil of white light of protection around all of us that have joined us today. Allow us to ground and be protected, and only allow white light and positive energies in. Okay. And how is everybody today? Hi, Shar. Glad to see you here. I'm gonna look over here for I see this screen better. Dean will be joining us in a few minutes. He's just finishing up his lesson plans. I want to thank everybody for being here. We're almost at the 200 mark. Hopefully, today we'll get there. Hey, Clarence, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. And
hi, Clarence. How's your new place?
Apologize for. I was on Kevin's Vibrational Love show the other day, and I was talking really super fast. I had a CT scan with contrast dye, and I was having an allergic reaction to it and didn't realize it until well into the show, talking at 1,000 miles an hour.
Okay, as usual, I'm eating a quiche.
Oh, I want a slice. That sounds good. Now I'm gonna have
cheese
to make
and green onion.
Oh, yum! I like any kind of quiche. I'm out of eggs. I would have made eggs this morning, but I was out. But quiche.
My favorite is one made with Asiago cheese.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Gruyere. I make one with ham and Gruyere. Oh my god! And some broccoli, or I love it with scallions, spring onions. Yum! I love to cook, so yeah, I could do a cooking show too. It would be all vegetarian, and I
you do with Linda G.
Garnishing meat, but
you should guest on Linda G.
yeah. Oh, I could probably compete with Linda G.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Mel Doris doing a cooking show too. He loves to cook also. And Kevin Vibrational Love is a wonderful cook. He cooks he posts some of the food he cooks. And I keep on telling him, well, if you're going to post a picture of the food, you got to put the recipe down.
Yes. As I said, if anybody caught the show yesterday, that, my whole family were great cooks. I mean, I'm a good cook. They far exceed my abilities.
I'm still waiting for my pot sticker recipe. From your daughter.
Right. Okay. I will write that down. Where's my notepad?
I can look one up. I have a really great Chinese cookbook, but it's not the same as getting a family recipe.
Oh, hers are the best. Hers are the best I've ever tasted.
And I've seen Sharon eating them, and she's gobbling them down. I mean, in fact, they got together last time
on my list.
And your daughter got together. You made pot stickers over at her house, if I remember right.
It's a thing we do. Yeah.
Hi, Kelly. How are you doing today? Hope all is well. So, do we have any questions today?
Hi, Kelly.
Doing many readings.
Yeah, you can send them to me. Who am I under? At Sharon Lee. Please put emojis around them like hearts, front and back, and do your typing in caps, please. It really helps us to spot the question, if you can. If you're on your cell phone, all you have to do is on the left hand of the screen, there's a big arrow that, you shift for a capital. If you tap quickly twice, it will, a little line will come underneath that black arrow, and that means you're in caps mode. Okay. Because I've had people say they can't do caps when they're on the cell phone, but you can. Just tap, tap on that arrow. It says Dean and I only had one drink. What's that all about?
Well, you missed a really good party last night. We started out on Dean's show.
Oh yeah.
And then we ended up.
I thought you guys were gonna get a hold of me.
And actually, Lisa was in the chat, and she jumped on and joined us. So it was Lisa.
Oh well, I told Dean to.
You're gonna have to.
That's all right.
I kept thinking of you, and I kept thinking, well, I haven't seen Sharon on. You weren't even live in Messenger.
No, I wasn't on. No, I wasn't on. I was watching Netflix. But you know, Messenger would have come through to me. But that's all right. It's done.
But we were talking about.
I'm glad you had a good time.
In a YouTube and doing a readers group. So we'll talk about that later. But I thought that was Lisa's suggestion. I thought that would be great. We're all.
Oh, so it wasn't a live. It wasn't a live. It was just you guys getting together.
Live, and then we ended up staying on StreamYard because we were all already on.
Oh,
StreamYard.
okay. I see. Yeah.
And ended up. I think we went to bed at about 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh, well, that's Eastern time. So it's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
You know what? It's just as well. I went to bed early.
Well, Dean is in Nebraska, and everybody else is East Coast.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one that
actually I went to bed around midnight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like 1:30 when I went to bed, and right as I was falling asleep, I ran out of bed, and some of my alarms all went off, and I had to get up and change my pump. Pain in the butt. But yeah, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I'm on an insulin pump, so when it runs out, big alarms go off. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun, and
I bet it was.
And Kevin is a Scotch drinker, dear. So.
Oh
yeah. He started out with Scotch on the rocks, and Kevin lets his mane out when he's a Leo.
Oh yes.
So it was.
I would love to have seen.
Really fun. Yeah, it was fun. He's funny when he drinks. He's got a great sense of humor. I mean, he's a sweetheart. Anyways,
he's lovely.
Kevin's busy today. That's why he's not joining us. He's spending some family time. So
yeah,
he works. His long days are set Fridays and Saturdays. So Sundays sometimes are hard for him when he has long shifts and stuff, and really busy nights. And he had a fantastic night last night. As anybody that was in the chat knows, he got a $350 tip off one table last night.
Oh my gosh!
It was a $1,200 ticket, but he was like rocking it.
Oh, great!
Fantastic. I'm just positive he's probably the best server anybody's ever had because he's just a sweetheart, and he does the job and then some. But anyways,
that's great.
I'm a little prejudiced because he's my little brother.
Okay, people, do we have any questions? Well, we're waiting. Have you got a message from Jordan for me?
From Jordan? Hey, Mom. That's all I'm hearing. Hey, Mom. He jokingly said, "Do you want me to turn the stereo on?"
Sure.
I told him no.
Start playing tunes in my iPhone, Jordan.
There you go.
Go for it.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble with YouTube when all those copyright music starts playing in the background. But I want to welcome Tammy. She's new to the channel. She's caught us on with Shar, and so welcome aboard.
Who's this?
Tammy Bambi.
Oh, yes, I did see her. Yes.
Yes, she's in. So welcome, welcome. Like, subscribe. We're trying to hit 200 so I can do a card giveaway to let everybody know. So if you know somebody from one of our other tribal members that hasn't made it over, that hasn't found my channel yet, please let them know. Because I am trying to hit 200 right now. I'm 7 away, I think it was. Anyways, and then I've got 3 decks I'm going to be giving away. A premier, I'm giving away the Lightseer deck, the Arcanum deck, and which is my favorite deck, and the pre-Raphaelite deck. These are the 3 decks, and
Yeah, I like all those 3. Yeah.
The player
Can you turn
cards
around the Lightseers? Turn it around. The Lightseers deck.
Oh,
turn it
I'm
around.
sorry, that's the back of box. So
That's okay.
these
Yeah,
are the
and
3
that's the Lightseer. And that's the Lightseers that's smaller. It'd be easier to
these are
shuffle because the other ones are quite a bit bigger and they're really
player
thick.
size ones. Yeah, they're like the size of poker cards, and they're really easy to shuffle. And they have
easy to shuffle. That's right.
The poker card quality to them, so they're a nice card stock. They're not a flimsy little papery card stock. And as I'm giving those away, then when I hit 500, I am going to be I'm going to be doing the bigger cards, and I've selected 2 that I'm going to be giving away the next time, and it's going to be the Postcards from Spirit and the Secret Light Language cards, and those are 2 of my most favorite Oracle decks. And especially, well, I love the Postcards from Spirit because I've never pulled a card that didn't fit the situation. It's amazing how those come up,
isn't it?
But the Secret Language of Light cards has fantastic meditation guides in it and journaling guides. So it's not only a good deck to pull a card for a good oracle reading, but it also is a good card to help you guide your meditation, do guided meditations. So, and I just love those cards. And I might throw in the Surrender deck if I can find them, because sometimes I have a hard time finding those online, which is one I use a lot of, and it's this deck, and it's the asks you to surrender to whatever. And this is Debbie used to use this deck all the time when I first started watching Debbie and Karen on their show, and I just fell in love with this. And the Postcards from Spirit was Karen's go-to back in the day, and she's got tons of cards too. But anyway, so that's for the future, and we're trying to get 200 right now. Then we're going to try to get the 500 so we can get my community page open and go from there. So
okay, we do have a question. I'm just posting it. It's from KS. So I've just posted it on
hello, Wayne.
On YouTube.
I was waiting for it to pop up on this side. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. My daughter is having a hard time with her 10-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son. I fear the worst, like in Michigan. What do you see?
I wonder what she means by that. I fear the worst.
They just had 2 school shootings in Michigan.
Oh.
Well, I hope that that's not the direction they're going. I'm not feeling like they would do something like that.
Hi,
I
Connie.
think they're more rebellious than anything. I gotta turn my light on.
What's going on with these 2? I'm wondering if KS can give us a little more background. When you say she's having a hard time with her 10-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son, are you talking like behaviorally, or they're scared to go to school because of the shootings? What exactly are you worried about?
That's a good question. So Connie, hello, JR. She said my
What?
daughter is an RN
Is an
and a
RN.
widow, and she lets her son play with guns. Oh, well,
Play
it's time
with
to have a
guns.
heart-to-heart on that one. The guns need to be locked up.
Oh my God. Hi, Sharon.
Definitely, she needs to
Sharon's
put
site.
gun locks on each gun so that he cannot, with her holding the key, so we cannot take them out when she's not present, because they're holding parents responsible for the actions of their children. So if her son was to do something stupid, mom's looking at jail time too, not just the son. He's not getting bullied or anything like that, though, right now, right? I hope not.
She says the kids are angry and have lots of issues because their dad was a drug addict. Oh, God.
Okay.
I told her she can be arrested. Her 10-year-old was suspended this week for threatening to kill someone. Oh, lovely.
She needs to get that boy into counseling.
Yeah,
ASAP.
there needs intervention there. I mean, we don't have to read cards on that.
I'm sorry, but my first card is death, but that doesn't mean death, actual death. I think it's meaning that your worries are real. Your concerns are real, because I got a yes card behind that. And you're trying to look at this in a new perspective, finding a way to help get this resolved, and you're feeling heavy burdens with the Ten of Wands. You're wanting to find a way to intervene. I think you need to sit down with your daughter and just literally give her the riot act and the facts of life. We need to do something. We need to get the kids some help. We need some interventive counseling, because this could become a serious, serious problem. It's not yet. We don't want it to be. I love you. I love my grandchildren. I want the best for them, not the worst for them. And I do see you as the messenger. You have an abundance of love for your family, your children, your daughter. Yes, it's difficult being a widowed mother. It's difficult when you have children at that rebellious age, and 10 to 13 is about as rebellious as they come.
Oh, it's hard that age.
And to lose your father, regardless of what kind of background dad had, to lose your father at age is very, very tough on boys. I think it's harder on boys than girls. They need that male figure in their life. No over otherwise. It's very difficult for them. But yeah, she needs some interventive counseling, and she needs to get it fast. And if all else fails, the school's going to turn him in for those kind of threats. I'm surprised the school isn't getting involved with CPS, to tell you the truth. I don't know what Michigan's laws are like. A lot of states, when that kind of threat comes with a CPS review, Child Protective Service review, their hands are tied too, unfortunately. But
she says child services doesn't care.
That sounds about right.
Well, then she needs to get those guns and lock them up or take them out of the house.
Yeah. Maybe you need to tell your daughter, I want the guns. I want to put them up. We need them out of the house because we don't want anything bad happening. And that's something that those kids will live with the rest of their lives. I mean, it's not something you erase once you do it. I think your fears are legitimate.
So she says she's tried and tried. I fear someone will die. My daughter got into a fight with her drug addict husband, and they had a gun. She shot him. He's dead. Oh, my God. What a nightmare. Well, I've got, I pulled some cards from Boss Magic. It's a place in the UK, company in the UK. I'm just trying to find the box. That's weird. I can't find it right the moment. But anyways, the cards look like this. In fact, the box looks very like this. I don't need to find the box. And what I have for the energy of the reading, this situation, look at this, Kathy. Look at this. This situation is hot, so hot you could fry an egg. This is not good. And I've got the receipts.
I'm feeling this heaviness of her burden. Her worry is really legitimate.
The thing is, she, because she has the guns there. I mean, those are the receipts. That's the documentation, the evidence that it's going to be hung on her. And of course, there's harming someone, sword there. And look, they're just children. He's just a child. Right?
This may sound harsh, but have you considered contacting the police department with your concerns and seeing if they could remove the guns from the house?
Yeah, remove the guns.
Especially with, with the past background. It's almost...
And then I pulled from Angels and Ancestors. And the first one says, Spirit Fox. It's a beautiful card. And it says, trust your talents in changing times. You can do something about this. You can convince her, or maybe phone the police yourself. Mountains, stand your ground. No, I know you don't, but you could at least, get in touch with the police department and tell them what's going on.
Tell them what your fears are.
And then third, and yes, and then the last card is Shaman, trust in higher forces. So put it to the universe, ask for help.
And I know you don't want to stir the pot and make problems for your daughter, but there's going to be bigger problems if one of your children act out.
No, this is not looking good.
Because
it's not looking good.
Yeah. I pulled a surrender card. It said,
and
surrender to
I mean, as a Canadian, we don't much see this kind of stuff. Although we do see it with drug gangs and things like that. We have that problem. But, all in all, we don't have the problem that the people in the States do. It's worse than it was years ago. But it's the horrible problem in the United States. And even with that, my nephew was killed by a gun in September. Now, it was on the periphery of drugs. There was roommates that were involved in the drug trade, and he really did well. He got caught up in it. He wasn't part of the drug trade, but anyways, he got caught in the middle.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
Very sad.
My beautiful nephew.
The surrender card I pulled is surrender to comparisons with other people. It says, keep your eyes trained on yourself and focus on your own strength, attractiveness, and power. And I think that's saying, use your strength and your power to focus. And I don't think it's telling you not to look at it. I think it's telling you to stand up to it and do what you feel is right.
Mm-hmm.
I think your fears are quite legitimate. I'm feeling this very heavy burden you're carrying.
Oh, absolutely.
And
my stomach doesn't feel good.
Boat as you. I have 2 grandsons, and they're toddlers. But if they were in that situation, I would be terrified. And
yeah, I know that you don't have any legal right, KS, to remove the guns, but
But you do have a right to report it. Your concerns.
You do have the right to report it and your concerns. Because if something happens and you did not report it, you're going to feel.
You're going to carry that.
Devastated.
Not that
you're going to carry
that. Not that you could have
controlled
it, but you will carry a certain amount of burden for. not having
Absolutely.
done everything you possibly could. You would sit there and
I
question yourself forever.
I mean, I don't know the US law being Canadian, so I can't really tell you about the legalities of it but
And I
gosh,
think the
that's what
gun
I would
laws
do.
in Michigan are quite like open carry. The kids are not 18. They are not legally old enough to
Yeah.
have guns and access to guns. So
No,
that puts it all on the mother.
exactly. And
And
being a nurse, come on, she should know better. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Well, and being in a volatile situation that led to
Yeah.
the outcome of
Yeah.
that there's a lot of scarring with the children that they were present when that happened, even the knowledge that it happened. They need some counseling.
Well, even if he wasn't playing with guns, you know, their father was shot by their mother, even though it was in self-defense or whatever.
Yeah,
That's still
it's
traumatizing.
still traumatizing. Yeah, and
Okay. Well, everybody send light and love to
yes,
KS and
definitely.
her family that's
And
going
we
through
wish
all
you
this
the
trauma.
best. I hope all goes well, and I
Yeah.
will keep you and your family in my prayers, deep in my prayers. So,
Well, KS, report again. It doesn't matter. Just
yeah.
report again.
If you have to jump up and down in front of the station and say, "Hey, help, help, help," if that's what it takes to keep
Hi,
something from
Aspie.
happening. And if he's already made a threat to the school, they should be investigating anyways. There should be, the school should have reported it already. Your concern should be reported. It's so legitimate. Hi, Aspie. Hi, Sheila. Hello, Wayne. Say hi to Suzanne for me. I know she's
Dean's
someday.
there. He says he'll be on shortly. He's just
Yeah.
on the phone with his dad. Hey, Miss Candy. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Miss Candy.
Hi, Sheila. Well, blessings to you, KS. What a shit show.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
I need
heart feels
to.
so heavy.
Yeah, I need to burn some sage here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I need to clear.
Yeah. Because as you know, Kathy had gone into trouble last week by not cleansing properly. And
I don't know about everybody else, but last week, about the
it
last
was
week and a
tough.
half, the energy after that full moon eclipse, that long eclipse, seemed to throw the universal energy into a tailspin for a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was having a hard
you're
time
welcome,
meditating
KS.
and grounding and downloads like crazy.
Well, yeah, I was talking to my friend this morning. We were having coffee earlier, and I said, "Yeah, the downloads," and then KS. I was at a celebration of life for my nephew that was murdered,
Oops.
and then just the energy from from the universe, and the energy of the world. It just knocked me for a loop.
I know when I started, I tried to start my forecast meditations to do predictions for 2020. I'm like, oh no, I can't do it this week. I'm gonna have to wait for another week or so. All I'm getting is the earthquakes.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Candy, she says she's buzzing right now with the new moon solar eclipse that was today, especially. Yeah,
Maybe this will
I've
end
been
that higher
I've
side.
had a reprieve. I've had a reprieve the last 2 nights, but I've had, oh gosh, at least a couple of weeks of loud buzzing in my ears, hum in my ears, and also just but you can hear a lot of electrical activity going on. It's a downloading. Sometimes I see images too.
Yeah. And it's funny because my downloads were, I usually get images and things like that. I usually know what I'm getting. And finally, I did a meditation, asked my guides exactly what is it that's happening. And I was told it was a DNA reformatting of my brainwave pattern um, to help with enlightenment, whatever that means.
And Wayne says, was it me or was the energy this week weird? Yeah, this past
It
week has
was
been
really
really
weird,
weird.
Wayne.
Very
Yeah.
weird, very challenging.
I know. I thought
Yeah.
about Carl too, Wayne, and I was like, oh, I need to go up in the mountains with Carl and get grounded. I'm
Yeah.
borrowing Wayne's I channel his mentor. And he's
Oh,
wonderful, and he loves the mountains.
okay.
He took me up the top of the Himalayas in a vision one
Mm.
night, and oh my God, it was so beautiful. And
Okay. I'm just going to look back and see. Oh, Wayne says he's had an apple for lunch and he'll be eating a Mexican mess shortly. That means it's going to be really, really good.
hey, wear the burnt red shirt, not the white one, Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
Last time he had pasta, remember, and he ended up with pasta and wine all over his shirt. And beer and Mexican food go better together.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Wayne, I can cook you some good Mexican food. I got Mexican food down to an art. I live in California. I've learned from the expert competitive friends. The Hispanic people are very competitive about family recipes, and everybody makes the best. So
Okay. Remember to post a question. That was a doozy of a question.
yeah.
But it's okay. We've saged now, and I'm praying for your family at
Oh
chaos.
yes, definitely. And Wayne, how is Suzanne doing? All good, I hope. My crab is recovering quite well. Hi, Snow Wolf. And he said his Chippendale days are over now, Sharon. He told me to tell you that because he has a
Sorry, who?
big, long Roger. His Chippendale days are over now that he has a scar to the middle of his back. I
Oh,
said,
right. Oh, yeah, the Chippendale. Okay, right. Gotcha. Anna Banana says, don't know why, but in the last week I've been more emotional than the last 20 years combined. Ditto for me.
yeah, the energy has been
Oh,
absolutely totally
I
crazy.
cried. I snapped some person's head off. And I went,
I
oh, I'm
did
so
too.
sorry.
I went on total attack with somebody last week. Partly,
Yeah.
you guys just saw the glimpse of the public side of it. And I apologized, and then and I feel bad about it, but I was at my last straw. And I tried to intervene prior, but some people just don't want to hear when you're saying, hey, please, you need to back off a little. So, anyways.
Well, if it's the same person I'm thinking of, he
Yeah,
still hasn't apologized to me.
oh, don't, never will. Won't happen.
No, he won't. No.
Miss Candy has a question. Finally, thank you. Please come up with questions. Miss Candy says,
I had to more
any
tapping
insider
into my
advice?
gifts. Well, both
Maybe not.
Kathy and I, although Kathy's had her gifts for, hers are
Life.
quite well developed. But we took that course with Kim from Intuitive You and Debbie from Freebird Spirit. Really good information. And what's really great though is the practice you can get with the other people in the class. That the real key is the practice. And the biggest piece of advice that Debbie and Kim said to us in that class, Kathleen, you'll remember this, is that get out of your own way. Like when I look over here and I see something, my mind will want to say, "Oh, you're just making that up." No, stop it. Just let it come and take whatever you see. Just
the
get
biggest
out of your own way.
the biggest barrier that all psychics have is to trust their visions, to trust what they're hearing,
Mhm.
and to trust the messages and images that are coming through. Until you can
Yeah.
trust that, your guides don't lie to you. They show you the truth. And you need to learn to differentiate between what is your thought and what is the thought that a guide gives you. It is very different. There's a very different context of when you're thinking about something versus when you're hearing something. That it's more a matter of a fact. um, or when you first start, everybody receives messages differently. um, there's a lot of messaging will come in as symbols at first and metaphors. You may think
Yeah.
of a
That's what
repetitive
I get.
song that you can't get out of your head. Well, when you're thinking
Mhm.
about that song, exactly what part of the lyrics do you keep hearing? There's a message in that one or two lines of lyrics. If you just keep on hearing a couple lines of a song over and over and over and again in your head and you can't shake it, that's probably a message from your guides. They're trying to bring your attention to it or pop up a memory from something you remember from that song. Um, you build your own library of language and symbols. I always encourage people to meditate. I found that the more I meditated, the more I communicated directly with my guides, asking for certain, maybe give me a certain image, if so that I know that they're hearing me. um and that way I gained that communication, and now I'm at the point I meditate so much and I've been doing it for so long that I actually have a conversational level communication with my guides. Very different than I did 5 or 6, 7 years ago, where I was just trying to figure out what are all these little pictures and snapshots and trying to accumulate things. If you are clairvoyant, one of the suggestions I have, if you do see pictures or you do see spirit, is when you're focusing on that, is to try to keep a blank wall or a blank space in front of you that doesn't have art on it or anything. My room, I have a wall
Mhm.
that's solid green. It just
Mm.
helps me see the images more clearly. There's nothing obstructing it. I don't like seeing things
That's
in
why I'm
mirrors.
looking this way. I'm looking at a bare part in the wall.
Yeah, and that's what I have. Is I have a bare wall. I have a mirror in front of me. I have a giant mirror in front of me. Only because it's too heavy to take down. It's like an 8 by 5 mirror. It's huge. Um, I just like looking
I
at
also
myself.
find I also find my messages come from this side, which is my left side. I know it's reverse what you're looking at right now,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
hear
yeah, it's from the
spirit
left.
from the
From
left,
the sometimes
family
I
from
hear
the right.
actually I don't know if I'm actually hearing Kathy. I think it's just a knowing. Like it, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
weird.
hear people actually say both. I actually, if you've ever worn those bone conductor headsets that go around your ears and
Hmm.
tap into
Hmm.
the bones in your ears, that's how
Hmm.
I hear my guide. I didn't realize that until I got
Oh,
a set of
okay.
those. Mine's
Oh,
very
okay.
audible. It's like somebody sitting. I was channeling for Sharon one night, and I said, "It's like they're sitting right here having." It was so clear. It was like they might as well have
Hmm.
just sat down in the chair in front of me and started talking. It was so clear, which is really odd because I don't always get my clairaudient that clear. Well, I could see him too. That helps. When I get the sound and the vision at the same time, it really makes the communication good. Sometimes I just get audio, sometimes I just get visual. Um, but it takes time to develop those and
Yeah,
practice,
and
practice,
and the
practice.
Kim and Debbie call it like the symbols you see and or the things you hear or you just know, which is claircognizance.
Yeah,
Clairaudient is you actually hear it in your head. Um, and clairvoyant, of course, is seeing the pictures, but they're in
vision.
metaphors or symbols a lot. Sometimes they are, they're straightforward. Sometimes it is a metaphor.
Sometimes it's so
Um,
confusing. It's just trying to, and that's why we
sometimes you get a
say we're
feeling.
not
Sometimes
100%
you just
because
get a feeling.
we're only as good as
Sometimes
our
some people get
interpretation.
smells. Yeah, some people
Yeah, I
get
get
smells.
smells when I'm
Yeah.
channeling, like, Debbie and I used to do, crime scenes,
Oh,
unsolved
right.
unsolved crimes. I will get I will literally go into the crime scene back in the past. I'll travel back and I'll get the smells, the sounds. I do a meditate, and I don't recommend anybody doing it that isn't really well trained as a clairvoyant. I actually step into the victim, which I don't recommend doing if you're not well trained, um, because it can be very, very overwhelming. But I started doing that because I was doing so much of that work, and I was working with other psychics at the time. And what it allowed me to do is it allowed me to see the crime scene from the perspective of so I could see who was victimizing them. And that's what I was wanting to do, is be able to see who did it so I could sketch it out. And I draw.
Yeah.
It's another thing I do in my mediumship is I can draw while I'm in a trance. I can't draw like that in real life. I can draw sketch artist type drawings. They're not really crude, but they definitely look like people.
So, Miss Candy she says she has a journal that I'm collecting things that I'm learning to add to it as I learn signs, symbols, etc. that I'm
Yes,
figuring out. Yes, Debbie and Kim call that you're adding to your spiritual
your
vocabulary.
library, spiritual.
Yeah, your
And
library.
what
Yeah,
I
your
recommend is
spiritual library.
one of the things that really helped me is I was a psychic dreamer as a child, and my mother taught me to do dream analysis. And so I have tons of books on. In fact, I got a couple sitting right here. One of them is a crystal book. This is my favorite book. It is The Dream Dictionary. This book is
Oh
by,
yeah.
you can see how I've had
Oh
this
yeah.
since I was a kid. In fact, it's all taped together because it literally has fell apart. It's literally taped together. This book is
Yeah, I
still
get
in print.
so Candy, I get tons of dreams. So also put that journal beside you next on your nightstand because a lot comes through in your dreams.
I'm trying to see who the author of this book is. It's still for sale on Amazon because I just bought a new copy of it because this one was destroyed, and I put it on my Kindle. Because you can word search on Kindle on the words. This is one of my favorites, but I have tons of dream books. Some are better than others. Some have Freudian type. I'm not a big Freud fan when it comes to dream analysis. Everything's sexual to him. But cross-reference on different dream books. It really builds your symbol library up, and it helps with reflective abilities because it makes your vocabulary so much your personal symbolism vocabulary more dominant. But if you do keep a dream journal and you want help, I will be happy to help you interpret dreams. I'm very good at it. I break them down line by line with all the details. I always say, leave nothing out of a dream journal. If you have a sense of certain colors, smells, number, note it. Or you
Yes,
feel a
numbers too.
certain way
Yeah.
in the dream, note it, because all those little aspects when you're interpreting dreams makes a difference. Besides saying, yeah, I was walking down a forest and things were green. Well, yeah, forests are green, but did you look at a tree and an acorn stood out bigger and brighter than anything else in the picture? That acorn was important. So things like that. Anyways, it's a fun
Okay.
study, fun practice to
Yeah.
learn. Easy to
Well,
learn.
good luck, Miss Candy. It is a process. So, okay, right after Miss Candy's question, there's Mary Lloyd at 224. Any information from my guides concerning romance? With Mary Lloyd.
Anybody wonder what I'm doing, and you see me move my hand this way, so I have all my cards stacked here.
Oh
And
yeah, me. I got them on both
my
sides of me.
guides tell me what deck to pull.
Me
I feel
too.
like an electrical type energy from the deck.
Do you know what I get, Kathy, is I go and I touch the deck, and the one that feels sticky is the one I'm supposed to use.
Oh yeah, no, mine feel like I feel like a heat energy,
an energy, yeah.
coming from them. And sometimes you'll see me pick up a deck because I want to use that deck, and I'll throw it and I'll go.
And it's garbage, right?
Garbage. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing
garbage.
readable. And I'll hear this, not the right deck, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Relationship. Okay. My sage is still burning. It's making me cough.
Oh, that's why I use
You're welcome, Miss Candy.
Because it goes out faster, and I'm allergic to the sage. I have asthma, and sage sets my asthma off. I am getting that you have had trouble in past relationships, and you felt a little left out in the cold.
Yeah, look what I pulled from my own deck.
You need to work through those issues and let them go. They no longer serve you, and you're not going to repeat those lessons you learned from a prior relationship. So, one thing, don't dwell on what happened in the past. It no longer is pertinent. You need to put out there what you want in a relationship. I want a good man with a great sense of humor that respects me, that respects my family, that is self-sufficient, that has enjoys doing the same thing I do, but also enjoys things on his own, and allows me to have that. This is my old list. Allows me to have my time and space, but loves to share time with me also. My husband and I have very much this relationship. I put it out there, and about 20 years later, it came forward, but hey, time is irrelevant. Can't give you timing. I do see you as the high priestess. You do know what you want in a relationship. You know you're deserving of love, and you're deserving of everything you dream of. I do see that the Knight of Swords. I have to write. I wrote on this card because I always mixed up with Justice because of the scales on this card. So Knight of Swords, she's fast moving, action card. She's moving forward in her strength. You want relationships that will take you into calmer waters. You want a nice, enjoyable relationship. This is coming forward for you. And I see with the page of, or with the Nine of Cups, this gentleman that you meet is going to be financially stable. This is for my greedy merchant. I don't think he's going to be a greedy merchant, but I think he's going to be financially, emotionally stable, and he's going to be a good person for you. And the cups are emotion, they're abundance. It's a good positive card to have in a relationship reading. So I do think you do have a good opportunity to meet somebody that you're desiring, that's going to meet the criteria you need in a love relationship. I get the Five of Wands. This is your inner fighting. Don't fight yourself on what it is. Let go of the Five of Pentacles, that feeling burned from your past, whatever your past relationship. Let that go and quit fighting with yourself about that. That was your underlying card. And you'll achieve what you want in your relationship. So what do you get, Sharon?
Well, from my deck, and this is the ones where I personally made the cards. Well, that heartache card came up. You know, she's definitely had heartache in the past, and she's got things to let go of, to move on in order to develop. She's got to look at. She's got some growing to do. She's got some lessons, and she just has to put it out to the universe because it'll happen. It's divine timing, and you've got to let go of that timing. And honey, I've had to do that too. It's hard.
We all do that. The only person I know
Yeah.
that hasn't had to do that is Wayne and Suzanne. And
Yeah.
they've lived
Well,
so many
anyways,
lifetimes together that
okay, divine timing, and also have faith. Got the word faith there. Now, I threw my boss magic cards, and right there's an inhaler like for asthma. I felt like maybe you couldn't breathe in the previous relationships. You know, you were being smothered. But also you have to look at yourself. Here's someone taking a selfie. I think you need to look at yourself and see why you allowed people to smother you. Right? Maybe you needed to set better boundaries, or, speak your truth, that sort of thing. So you got lessons to learn, but you must hand it over to the universe. I mean, that's a very descriptive card. You hand it over. And you got to get rid of those chains that bind you, those negative beliefs about yourself. And remember that from our past and the past the lessons we've learned, you end up, just like a pearl is made by irritation in the oyster shell, and the oyster, coats that irritation like a piece of sand or something with, what would that be? Calcium or something like that? What are pearls made of?
I believe it is.
Anyways, what I'm saying is that the problems you had in the past will help you find the pearl.
And here comes
the lessons from the past will help you find that pearl. So, got some growth to do, Mary, and let go of some things from your past and hand it over to the universe, divine timing, and have faith. I thought those were pretty appropriate cards. I hope that makes sense to you, Mary. Hi, Dean.
Hello.
All finished your lessons?
No, I only have one more to do. My dad called, so I was like, oh, drats, I guess I have to talk to you. Just kidding, but yeah. I had to talk to him. I could not just not talk to him.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm looking at timing on
Wayne says
Lloyd with my Lenormand, and you're looking at 20 months, about 20 months, 13 months. So I'm getting 20, 16, 13. So it's sometime in the next year to 2 years, you're going to meet this person. But yeah. I get the part.
I asked time frame 12 months, but
yeah, in the springtime, you got the stars in the center of the reading for this new relationship. So
I'm not feeling it's this spring, though. I think it's going to be the following.
Spring or summer, I've got the part.
Yeah, I don't feel it's this year.
No, it's feeling more like closer to 2 years, 16 months to 2 years.
Right. Anyway, Mary says, thank you both. You're so right. God best.
And timing is absolutely, don't hold us to timing. Timing is one of the hardest things for readers to get.
It's divine timing. That's all I'm going to say.
It's divine,
timing.
Well, Lenormand, I've actually hit timing.
And Mary, that's so hard. I mean, I'm waiting for my love. But obviously, I have some lessons to learn.
Dean's waiting for love, too.
Yes.
I mean, isn't this adorable, this phase? I mean, it's hard not to love.
Absolutely. Heck, if I was into men, I'd be on your doorstep.
As long as the requirements, as long as you can love me and cook, that's all that matters.
I kept the picture, but I got to cover that. But
which one?
The one I drew you yesterday.
The picture you drew?
The private picture.
A private?
Remember
wow. You're
I
naughty.
One, move it up.
You're naughty.
Yeah, she is naughty. You thought I was naughty. Kathy's worse.
The show went crazy last night. My show went crazy last night, And
then it even went crazier once we went offline.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Sharon's like, well, why didn't anybody call me? I said, well, you're not even online. She said, well, if you'd have called,
Oh no, but I was watching Netflix. I could have gotten a messenger message, but that's fine. It all worked out.
Well, next time we'll call.
I had to get some sleep last night.
We would have only.
Okay, is there any more questions for me? Oh, Aspie's got one at 2:40. I'm hearing an echo.
Wayne, are you using Dean, are you using a microphone?
No, it's on my camera.
You have YouTube open too?
No.
I'm not hearing you. Talk again, Sharon.
Yeah, I was hearing an echo.
Maybe
I
if
can
you
hear
back on your microphone, you just go in your settings and do your count.
Well, the echo thing should be checked, but I'll go in there and take a look.
Yeah, it may have gotten clicked off. I found it. Okay.
No, it's on. The echo cancellation is on. I'm not hearing it now though. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go on.
Hey, Aspie, did you email me? Because I haven't seen an email unless you came in under your personal name and you didn't tell me it was you.
Is that what you want to do? Talk to her about this?
No, I wanted to do a reading for her. My guides were telling me to reach out to her.
Okay.
I'm wondering what kind of trouble did you get in your astral projection? Because I do that too, and I'm not comfortable with it because I'm always feeling like I'm going to be tracked back home. So I don't like to spy like I'm the fly on the wall, because I went someplace I probably should not have gone. I went to Area 51 and I tried to breach the 3rd floor. And I'll tell you, anybody that astral projects, that place has got a net over it. It's a bit scary. You can't get past a certain, they've got all these barriers put in place and they know you're there. And that's what I was scared about. And then I've been really reluctant to do it again too much. Now I go up to vacation places like, Alaska, Watch places I want to go. I just make it safe. The answer to your question is yes, you will be able to, but you have to put in your own safety nets and work with your guides.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why I'm getting nets too. But I think it might be working with the guides. It's a contract possibly with the Lovers card. You have to come up with some agreements. And with the moon, I think that's like barriers maybe to put in place.
And keep your intent. And you have to go in with your only positive intention. So if you are not supposed to be someplace and you know that you're not supposed to be there, don't go there. I have a hard time like breaching the White House because I feel it's inappropriate for me to be going in and overhearing and witnessing something that I'm not permitted to be there. I don't have security. It's a violation, and I guess my guides are saying no. You're violating aspects of treating. And I know there are, like Whimsy does all kinds of things, but she's also trained professional. She's hired to do that. So she's working at a very different level. Diane Terrell is hired to do that kind of work by contract. That's very different than just you and I and an average person doing it. I think you have to set intention and be very clear on your intention and your boundaries to allow yourself to do that. And as long as you're doing it in purity of heart with good intentions, I don't think there's a problem with it. You'll be able to do that. I'm going to throw a few cards.
She says here, apparently okay to go into other people to help them, but not for your own curiosity. Yeah, that's crossing a line. Yeah, I think you do need to promise to behave.
And it's like psychics. We can't ask for the winning lottery numbers and the stock numbers and all that. If it's something we're doing for personal gain, they'll rip our gifts away so fast our heads will spin. If you're working in ego, your head, you just disconnect. The divine can give it and the divine can take it away. And if you watch readers that get extremely egotistical, you can see things slipping sometimes when their ego gets they go over bounds with their ego. So
too big for their own britches.
I'm getting the Knights of Swords, which is it's a movement card. He's running towards that motorcycle.
That's crazy. That's the bottom of my deck.
And I'm getting the King of Cups, which is an emotional thing. I think, yes, you can do this. I always think of meditation with this card because he is meditating. He is connecting.
I have the King of Cups in this deck.
Yeah. And, so yes, I think you can. But I get the Knight of Cups. And in this Knight of Cups, he's carrying roses. I think your intention has to be, roses to me are a symbol of the heart. They have to be pure of the heart. Like I said, you need to watch your boundaries with the Four of Pentacles. Hold on to what you have. Be positive. Be true to yourself. This is a not-for-profit deal. Like I said, I use it to vacation. It's a great way, cheap vacation. Flights are free. And my final card is you, the Queen of Swords. I think you've got this. As long as your intention is positive and pure, you've got this. You can do this again. That will open back up you. My guides are telling me you're quite a gifted psychic and medium, and you do have a lot of abilities. And as long as you stay true to yourself, your abilities will flourish and flourish and flourish. And that's why they want me to talk to you. It's because I'm supposed to be working with you. So if you're interested, you get a hold of me. We'll do a reading, a deep dive, and let's see what we come up with. And it doesn't mean you have to.
Are you ready, Dee?
Channel if you don't want.
Oh, I kind of.
Are you ready?
Read on it already. I mean.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I kind of already did in a way. I mean, I'm getting a yes. I feel like you have to work with your guides. This is a contract that you're basically saying, working with them together, with the gifts that they have already given you with the Nine of Pentacles. But you have to be, I see this known as boundaries, respecting boundaries with not like going against your word, not trying to like go against what you agreed to do with your guides. And I also got so this is a yes, not a hardcore yes. It's two yeses and a no, but I'll count that as a yes. And I do have the Knight of Swords as well on the bottom of my deck. So yeah, you can do this. You can make a lot of headway, but you have to stay honest and true to yourself.
Yeah, those swords are truth through and through.
I've got the energy of the reading, the Nine of Wands, and I think you went past some boundaries, and so people, the energy is in defensive mode now. The first, the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I think you were given a slap down because you did go somewhere where you shouldn't have. So I think that's what that was. But you can go forward. So there's a yes, the Chariot. The Death or the Rebirth card. I'd say rebirth, like try again, but different way. Making sure that you, this is the 4 of Cups, but see, Spirit here is handing the 4th cup. Make sure that you're working with Spirit. I mean, I'm sure you do anyway, but I guess just to be circumspect about that. And then you can spread your love. Here's the King of Cups, because I know you like to help people. So I think, yes, you can do it again. Just be very, very careful about people's boundaries and so on.
I actually threw a few more cards on it. So I'm seeing this 4 of Swords as rest and meditation, and work with your spirit guide. I think the Empress is one of your guides. Okay, one of your spirit guides. In order to have that rebirth again that you're looking for, in order to do the work that you want to do. Yep.
I think you will be able to do it again.
I pulled a surrender card for you, which I think is really an interesting message, because I think this is also telling you to work with your guides. Not quite worded that way, but I think the intent's behind it is surrender to support and love. And isn't that beautiful with the 2 polar bears and that? And it says, after love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself, this can take the pressure off and simultaneously mature you. So I think that's working within your spiritual realm, working with your guides. They will allow you the maturity to redevelop this gift. It is a gift, and you can do it, but you like we've been saying, you have to work within respect of your ethics, your contract, and within love, with good intentions. So no spying. don't go places you don't belong. I tried to take Whimsy's course, and I could not do the astral projections in her method. I use a completely different method. It works for me. And yeah, I do connect with my guides when I astral travel. I actually thought it was funny because my husband watches all the the travel channels and the UFO stuff and stuff, and he was saying, I'm so afraid of those black holes when I'm out in the universe and I come across them. I'm afraid I'm going to get sucked in. I always wonder what's on the other side. I said, well, go through it and find out. He was like, I can do that. And I'm like, I didn't realize he was actually astral traveling, because my husband's like that. Non-believer believer. He pretends like he doesn't believe in anything. And yet he's flying around in space. So I told her, if you're allowed to go in and explore it, you can come back out. I said, I don't think it's going to suck you up like a vacuum and you never come back. But he's not mentioned it since then.
So Aspie says she needs my guides to teach her how to take my reason with me and not just my desire. No rules for an Aspie. She says it's something she did from childhood. It ended before I knew a name for it.
Yeah. I was doing it as a child.
Yeah.
Of course, as a child, you go really, really strange places, like Disneyland.
I've never done it.
Well, it's really fun. You've never flown in your dreams or anything?
I've flown.
I don't typically remember my dreams.
Oh, that's right. You're one of those. No, I always feel sort of sorry for people that don't remember dreams, because I had such vivid, lucid dreams.
If I do remember a dream, then it's like if I do, it's more of a vision or with a hidden message. A dream with a hidden message than it is a dream.
Yeah.
Or like the one when you called me
Right.
the other day about the table and books.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah, that was
did one
very
before
vivid.
that where my parents were there, and then there was like a man there that was supposedly my grandfather, which I never met this man before in my life. So I don't know who the hell it was. And then there was another reader I follow, and another second medium I follow, and she like threw like some it was like almost like granules or like sand or potpourri or something on over us. And she said she gave it a weird name that I had to look it up because I've never heard it before. And apparently it was meant for a blessing, but I've never met that reader before in my life. So I don't know how I was doing that.
She must
What
have
any of that
been a
meant.
shaman. It's something that's shamanic. Somebody that practices shamanic rituals. Shaman, Indian.
Mhm.
That would be an Indian ritual.
But then again, I already know that one of my spirit guides isn't. It has to be a Native American. The way that person looked, when I saw it, him or her, whoever it was.
You know, my main guide, my life guide that I work with is about 5,000-year-old Native American, and he answers to Raphael. They're healers. He is a shamanic chief, and it's amazing what he's teaching me. It's absolutely amazing. Do we have any more questions there, Sharon?
No. But Aspie says, I had an amazing exchange with tree once. Yes, they are conscious. Yes, I've had exchanges with trees.
I grew up in the forest. I definitely am tied into the life force of the forest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the rivers. I am just so grounded and so connected. I need to be in the woods. I'm living in the wrong part of the world. I'm in Central California. I'm not that far from Aspie. I think Aspie's also in California. I'm in the Central Valley right now. Wrong kind of trees. Yeah. Orange trees are doing nothing for me but giving me allergies. And so are the walnuts.
Well, since I don't see any questions, here, I'm wondering if you could tune in to my Auntie Nora. She passed in August. Great gal, really funny.
I said, I've read Nora before.
Have you? Well, does she have a message for me?
She's always sending you love, and she's still around you. And she laughs because you got her gifts. I think you look a lot like her. Nora looked a lot like your mother, too. You look like them both.
No, she looked more like her father. Well, no, she looked more like my grandmother.
She had darker hair. She had dark hair, right?
She had blonde hair. She was blonde.
I've seen her darker hair, like a browner.
Blonde and blue-eyed. She actually looked more like her father, although she started to look like my grandmother in her later years. I'm
seeing her with like a light brown hair, darker than your mom's. Your mom had blonde hair, but it was a different color.
No, my mother had no, it's the other way around.
Oh, your mom had brown hair. Maybe I'm just mixing them up. Maybe I'm seeing your mom, Sharon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. They both had a great sense of humor.
Yeah, she's here. Mom's here.
Yeah.
She's also always near you too, but you know that. You feel your mom there. She likes to take things off your walls periodically. Your mom.
Yeah, she's done that.
The one that, that's not Jordan, that's her. When she knocks the little things off.
Oh, I thought it was Jordan.
I was.
Well, I know there.
Well, I think Jordan does it also, but his is more pranky. He's more like pull the tablecloth out.
Yeah, I've had pictures on the shelf there go boom.
Yeah, sometimes she's just wanting you to
things move around in here,
or there's something that she wants you to remember about the object that falls off the wall. She always does it with purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and only you would know
I
that.
don't know what connection she would have to that object, but
If she
depending on
doesn't,
the
then
picture,
it's
of course.
Jordan would be my guess.
Yeah.
Jordan's a little bit bigger prankster than that. He's
Definitely a big prankster.
he's like Anthony. I think him and Anthony get together sometime and have
Yeah.
it. Well, I know they do when we're together.
Mhm.
They'll mess with our electronics on purpose with us.
Yeah, he hasn't taken over my computer lately, but there was a time there where he'd take it over all the time.
Oh yeah, Anthony was making mine zoom in and out one day. I'm like, "Are you
Oh, I
seeing
saw
me?"
that. I remember that.
Yeah, I could hear him say
That's
that
recorded.
belly laugh that he has.
Yeah, that's actually recorded.
Did
That
she wear your hair similar to you, like short around to the shoulders?
it was short. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing is like a woman with like shoulder length hair. She's, but I don't know. Was she
Maybe
classy?
shorter.
Was she like a classy?
she-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Because I'm
Yeah, she
seeing,
was
but
always
I don't know
well
why I'm
dressed.
seeing
Yeah.
sequence dress or something. And I saw that the last time.
Picture of her.
she's a very classic dresser. What pictures I've seen of her mother, very classic dresser.
Oh yeah, my mother was really dressed well. Let me see if I can find.
Did she smoke?
Yeah, in her earlier years, yes.
Okay. I see. It's
I
like
mean, they
I
all
see a
smoked
cigarette with like
back
maybe
then
like a little filter tip on it.
Oh
And
no,
she's-
I don't think she would ever do that. But yeah,
but I see a woman with like short hair with like she's wearing like
Yeah.
a sequence dress.
yeah, could be either one.
We got a great question here.
Just a minute. Let me see what I can find here.
Hi, Tracy. Well, the question while you're looking, Sharon, is if you're open to it, psychic gifts tend to run in families. So which side did I get my abilities from? That's Miss Candy who's asking. And I'm feeling a very strong feminine energy around
I was
you.
thinking mother.
Yeah, I think it's running off your mother's line. And I'm feeling it very heavy within multiple generations of your mother's line. Like from mother to daughter, mother to daughter.
I'm feeling like father has a little bit. Father knows a little bit, but mother predominantly. Do you find that's common that
it's mirror
mothers
your mother and
sense
grandmother more? You're mirroring their gifts. I have 4 grandchildren, 2 of which are very, very much have abilities, but their abilities. One of my granddaughters has my gifts. I mean, I can already see them all. The other one's more empathic. She's very emotional. She feels all the energy around her. It can be extremely overwhelming. And my daughter is more like me. She's clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognitive. She sees, hears. My daughter's a ghost magnet. Oh, she is.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
My daughter is a huge ghost magnet. She's also Native American too, so she picks up a lot of spirit energy, animal energy, and I think I'm part Native American on my father's side, but my gifts come from my mother. I'm very much my psychic abilities mirror my mother's. My sister's abilities are purely visual. She's just a straightforward clairvoyant. She sees about a week to 2 or 3 months ahead in real time. You know, she'll see it like a movie in front of her eyes. She won't be able to tell if it's now or later, which is really weird. When she screams and watched an airplane hit a house in San Diego a week before it actually happened. And she's screaming bloody murder, and we all run upstairs to see what she's talking about. She goes, "Look, the house is on fire. Can't you see it?" No. And literally exactly a week to that time, it happened. She just saw it a week early, which was really strange. And a small twin engine plane had literally fell out of the sky and hit a house and caught the house on fire. Luckily, nobody was at
Miss
home.
Candy. Many of her sisters have abilities predominantly with dreams. My mother was the same way. A lot of her dreams became reality most of the time, which scared her to death. So she stopped. She told my aunt that she found a way to shut it off because it scared her so much. But she could look at people and know like if there was something wrong with them, like medically. But my dad and my mom could very easily read people's intentions towards them. But I think I got most of my abilities from my mother's side of the family.
Yeah, I read a lot of body language, and I don't know what it is I'm picking at specifically, but I can. Well, I worked for the DA's office and did a lot of investigative interviewing, and don't lie to me because I know when you're being lied to, and I know what you're lying about because I get the information you're not telling me. I go back to my desk and research it and find everything. My attorneys loved me because I made their job easy in court. And they're like, "How do you know this? It wasn't in your case notes when you interview them." And I'm like, "Well, this is what I was getting that they weren't telling me." So I researched it. Then when I had evidence, I could present it. But yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that. You've got the ability from the high priestess. And look at this energy. It's hard. I mean, you're getting the light from the divine right into your crown chakra, which is telling me you're extremely psychic. You're very gifted. I'm hearing you're clairvoyant. You have a lot of visions. It's not just dreams. You actually get snapshots, movie clips. You see. You're a seer. I have the Three of Pentacles. You work in conjunction with a group of guides. You have a main guide, but you have two other guides that are constantly helping you. Because I'm seeing three dominant guides constantly working with you. You're very connected. If you don't meditate, you should be meditating. I've got the meditation card right in the center. Also, you're really great with the magician card, which also is in a meditative set. You're also really good at what is the word, Sharon? I'm looking for it. Manifesting.
Manifest.
I was just going to say,
Yeah, I was trying. I knew you were reading my mind, Sharon, and you weren't pulling it out of my head for me. That manifest.
Actually, no, I wasn't. I was distracted by the chat.
Usually Sharon can pull the words right out of my head for me.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, Kathleen.
Yeah. But yes, you're a manifestor. You can set an intention, a desire, put it out to the universe, and it will come to you. You're very good at that. Setting intentions, setting manifestations. Keep that practice up. As long as it's positive and good for the universe, you can manifest anything you want. And I'm getting that you're very connected to the stars, the stars, the universe, to source. So I'm seeing that you have a lot of strength in your abilities, and if you aren't working with them on a regular basis, you should be, because you have some real gifts. In fact, it sounds like you and Aspie and a couple of you, we need to get together and start another practice group. It's really fun. That's how Sharon and Lisa and Ron and Jay and I started. We started working together as a group. The fun part about it is it's open. We talk about whatever subjects come up. We practice, become great friends. I'm working with several people right now, one-on-one, but it's a great way to really develop your skills. Also, to get past that, am I crazy? Because we all go through that, questioning ourselves, and am I going a little bit nuts, or I'm getting downloads? Is this what's happening to you? We all do that. We all talk about that a lot. So yeah, if you're interested in joining groups, same thing with Aspie. If you're interested in joining a practice group and open to it, I would love to start another one. It's really fun to, and we usually do it through Messenger because it's easy to connect. We just make a group, and if you're available, whoever wants to talk sends out the message, and if we're available, we'll all join in. And you can join in at any time, which makes it really nice. But yeah, if anybody's interested in joining a group like that, reach out to me. My email's in the pull down menu, and I would love to start another group because they're really fun. I love working with people. I do not charge anything. I do not charge like I'm teaching a class. So it's a very inexpensive way to basically get some basic classwork, because it's what we're doing. We're practicing like we're in a class. And it's the same concept, is just trying different things, trying different aspects, and seeing what we could tap into. So what do you got, Dean?
I have 3 major arcana here, and which is the Fool, the Hierophant, and also on the bottom of the back I have the Chariot. And I feel like it's like I'll start at the beginning. I feel like whatever you're doing, you're like the Ten of Swords, you're at the end of the cycle and you're starting a new adventure, okay? Whatever happened in the past, that's done and over with. You've learned those lessons and you're moving forward, okay? That's why the Chariot is here. Or if you're a water sign, specifically Cancer, that can also represent you.
Pisces.
Let's see. I also got the 3 of Pentacles. You're laughing because I know it's Cancer.
You said water sign, Cancer. I'm like, no, Pisces. Anyway, it's an ongoing joke, everybody.
I do have the 3 of Pentacles here. So it's like, there's going to be, I feel like you're going to be collabing with either other people or working with your spirit guides. I feel like you're on like this adventure, because I got the Knight to finding the truth, to finding, opening up more. And I think that's what the Knight of Swords is all about, finding truth, opening those communication channels, fighting for that, right? And again, that's probably another movement with the Chariot I have. I feel like this adventure, you're very optimistic. That's possibly why I got the Fool. Like, this is a new start for you. You're with these abilities. You're looking up into the stars. You're looking for behind every like crevice to figure out how you fit into that. And I feel like you are also possibly might be a teacher, or going to learn from a teacher, or has a spirit guide that will lead you along the way with the Hierophant. But that is what I got for you, Miss Candy. Do you have anything, Miss Sharon? Oh, your mic's off.
Yeah. Tracy says the hardest part of mediumship or psychic abilities is trust. Absolutely.
Yes. Still learning.
Yeah.
I
Suzanne
think
says,
it's going to
I'm
be
an
a learning
empath.
process no matter what. Continuous.
Yeah. Suzanne says, I'm an empath. Many nights as I'm trying to clear my mind for sleep, I hear snippets of conversations. It's like standing in a crowded room. Ugh, had to learn how to block it out.
That's clairaudient. Empath
Yeah,
would be the
clairaudient for
energy you're
sure.
feeling of the emotion you're feeling of the people in the room. Hearing it is clairaudient.
So this is my aunt about 4 months before she died. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see her features there,
Very
but
pretty lady. You can
yeah.
tell she was a beautiful
But she looks
woman.
a lot like my grandfather, not my grandmother. Yeah, I think she lived till 95.
Looks very similar to the woman I was seeing, but much younger, probably in her 50s.
Wait, much longer. Oh, yeah. Oh,
But you make a
in
lot
her
of
day,
changes.
like during World War II, on Christmas Day, she'd have one soldier standing at the door, knocking with a Christmas gift, and her sisters were ushering out the other soldier that come to give her another boyfriend that came to give her a gift. They'd usher him out the back door. I mean, she was so popular. She had such a great sense of humor. But that one particular Christmas day, she got three bathrobes.
I love bathrobes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was hot.
Hey, Suzanne.
Loved to dance.
Take a piece of obsidian or tourmaline, they're grounding stones, and place it under your bed, at the head of your bed, on the floor underneath your bed, and that will help ground you while you're sleeping. And it should help you quiet your mind down.
Isn't rose quartz good by your bed too?
Yes, set rose quartz by your bed. Very great energy and it'll absorb any negativeness in the room. Helps a lot. Do not put amethyst next to your bed. Amethyst goes in the other room. It opens your amethyst will open your mind up so much that you'll end up getting a lot of psychic visions, and it will actually keep you awake at night because it opens your mind up. And the same thing with lapis. That's better to be used during the daytime when you're intending to bring in energy and open your psychic abilities up. You're already really opened at night. When you start falling asleep, your mind goes open to the universe. So and what you're hearing is clairaudience. The empath is the emotional feelings you get from the universe. Clairaudience is the actual audio sound you're getting or hearing in your mind. But almost all psychics are empathic. It goes hand in hand. Just some are more prone to the, like, out of all of us, I think Kevin is probably the biggest empath in the group of us when we're reading together. He gets very emotional, very, very connected to the energy that people put off. So much so that
as a child,
he's in a bad environment,
it drove me crazy.
He has to get out of an environment that has a lot of negative energy because he just can't handle it. My granddaughter's that way too. And she hears an audible sound with that empath. That it's a buzzing. It's like she hears the energy moving. Where I get a visual, I see energy. If we're sitting here and sending energy to each other, protecting each other while we're reading, I will see that surrounding energy. I get a visual view of it. It almost looks like a fine misty smoke. I know there's a couple people that have seen that in our chats.
Kathy, do you have a pendulum handy?
Yes, I do.
I want to do a little.
You know me.
I want you to. Okay, so I want you to hold it, but keep it at rest, and hold it up so we can all see it.
Well,
hold it up so we can all see it.
I'm going to have to drop my computer down because I can't do that. I have to rest my elbow, or I don't, or I like tremor in my arm. So.
Right. Okay.
Let me just adjust my camera down. Okay. Is that good?
Put it at rest.
Stop. Pendulum. Should be able to tell your pendulum to stop. That slight wobbling is the energy running through my hand from the universe. Okay, what's your question?
No, just hold it. Do you have your mirror up? I think you have your mirror up, don't you?
My personal mirror?
Yeah.
I always have my mirrors up.
Okay, can you take it, put it to the side just for a minute?
Okay. See that yes come through? Yes. It's a very small yes. When I moved my mirror, it started going yes. Answered you, Sharon.
Okay, that's all I asked of it was show me a yes. And isn't that interesting that I couldn't do it when your mirror was up? So, I mean, we can send energy to each other even at a distance.
So let's tell them the truth,
So
Sharon.
I just wanted to demonstrate that.
I actually keep a constant block on Sharon because I can read Sharon so in depthly.
No, Dean, it's not what you think.
No.
I know.
I'm not blocking her from reading me. I block myself from reading her because one day Sharon got in a motorcycle accident and dropped her bike and broke her rib. And she called me and I said, the first thing I said out of my mouth was to her, did you break your rib? You hurt your rib. And she goes, how did you know that? Because I could feel it.
Yeah.
When she has a backache, I can feel it. When she gets a headache, I can feel it. When she's texting a friend of hers, I could tell her what she's texting. Now, there's privacy and there's a lack of privacy. I am so emotionally connected to Sharon from prior lives that I can literally tap into her. So I make a purpose that I don't need to be in Sharon's head. Plus, it's an invasion of privacy, very much so. So I
had a very good
up on Sharon.
I had a very good friend 35 years ago who crossed my boundaries and was invasive that way. She'd be in my body. I could feel her and hear her. And I eventually broke off the friendship because she was not ethical.
Well, she was abusive about it.
She was abusive, yeah.
I when I realized I could do that, I showed Sharon I could do that. And I said, and now I'm putting up the block. So, but if Sharon calls me, as soon as we get on the phone together, we're open to each other automatically. Now, in this form, we're more closed because there's a certain amount of protection we put up when we read. But
you know what? I forgot to remove mine.
We do open up to each other. What?
Yeah, I forgot to remove my mirror too. I bet I could have made that pendulum really swing.
Yeah, well, as soon as you asked me to remove my mirror, it went into yes mode. So
I've been keeping mine up all the time after being attacked this week. I don't go out.
Yes.
We had a psychic attack in our group, and we did some group work, and
Kathlene told me about that, so I've been very careful to put the mirror up.
Yeah. Well, that's why I started the whole reading today with the whole room. Just surrounding everybody with a bubble of white light. Because this energy was so wonky this week that to get a psychic attack coming in from the outside was really. I've only had that done once before, and I think Sharon remembers it back. It was a male reader. I'm not even going to say the name. You'll just go.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't.
I went into his.
Person,
no, he was a new reader, and he was. Anyways, he was having trouble feeling the questions, so I stepped up and moderated for him. And after about 20 minutes, I had to stop because I felt so ill. Yeah. And it was his really awful energy. I just left.
Well,
I said, I have to go.
One of our mentors had read him and advised me that he had an attachment that he had gotten as a child that was on the dark side, and so that darkness he was carrying as an attachment he wasn't aware of was putting out psychic attacks. It wasn't because he was intentionally doing it. It was because he had such a dominant attachment to him. Sad, really. And I don't know if I know it affected quite a few number of people that tried watching him. Very strange energy coming off from his readings. But
So
I haven't seen him around in a long time.
Made a comment that
Wayne
the
says
amethyst will be banned from the room tonight. But it's funny, when you told me to remove my amethyst out of my room, the only thing I've noticed so far was that I don't see a lot of spirits walking around, ghosts walking around. It's just, other than spirit guides or family members, it's not so intense anymore.
Yeah, Dean called me the other night and he says, he's pointing his phone in his hallway. He goes, "Can you see it? Can you see it?" I'm like, the man standing in the corner. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They like standing in the hallway. I
So-
honestly think there's a portal there, honestly.
Yeah, but it's
Wayne had a he was attacked yesterday, he says. He says a nasty smell in the house, and then I got really dizzy and sick for about 15 minutes.
Ooh, I don't like it when the smells are bad.
No, Suzanne says for us we have to reestablish our house and land protections. Yeah, I have to do that too.
Do assault perimeter around your property too. You're in a lot of native land there, and it's the wrong time of year. But in the spring, plant a fruit tree as a gift to the natives. Which is, and when you move, don't forget to do that. When you guys relocate, when you guys decide to retire and relocate to that beautiful area that you want to move to.
Okay, well, if there isn't any more questions, we've been on for an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we might as well wrap it up. Does anybody else have a question?
Carol just went live. If anybody wants to go over to her channel.
Sorry, who went live?
Black Cat.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, and Linda G had a live stream for her members,
well.
I think. So, yeah, I think that's why haven't had many questions. There's been a lot going on around us.
I didn't see the room decrease real bad.
Yeah.
So, we only have 8 people watching right now, which is very low for our Sundays. We usually do a lot.
Yeah, it is low. So I think maybe just wrap it up.
Yeah,
we're just gonna have to tell Linda she needs to come on just a little bit later. No.
Yeah, right.
Oh no. We just need to get Sharon to bring Linda over to read with us, and that will resolve that.
I can get her here.
And then we'll have 5,000 people joining the room.
Yeah, right.
And I won't be able to read anything.
Wayne is wondering, do we want a fun question? Sure, Wayne, go for it.
Oh, always, Wayne.
Aspie says, is it the lighting or is Dean's hair green?
My hair is not green.
It's white. He just had it done. He was so proud of his.
Yeah, well, you've got green lighting behind you there, so it's probably the walls. Yeah.
No, it's the way the camera's filtering it. It's the walls are white, but they look yellow.
Yeah, you need to put a blue light around you, Dean. Green. You know,
My
light green that shoots blue light.
Did Scrooge kill Jacob Marley? I don't know. That's a fictional.
Well, turn around and read the book, Wayne. I'm sure it's on the shelf.
Exactly. Jacob died of natural causes.
And barbecue with him and raid his library. Have you seen his library? It's beautiful. He's got tons and tons of books. Cool. I'm like, the first time I talked to Wayne, I was like, oh, you read. Another reader. so few of us nowadays. I just can't believe the number of people
That's
that don't
true.
read.
Yeah, there's so many people that don't read.
And I consume like 4 to 6 books a week. I don't get it.
Hey, Jay.
Although Irish Granny and I have to have a talk, I need her reading list because she's driving me crazy reading books I haven't read yet. Reading on books I haven't read yet.
There's a book that I got, but I'll talk to you both offline to see if we can't get a book club between the readers to see what kind of books we should read.
Yeah, sure. Oh. Absolutely.
I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do.
I want you to read, but you can actually watch it online too. I haven't introduced you to it yet.
It was self-defense. Jake and Marley tried to kill him with kindness.
Suzanne's, I guess when Suzanne's had enough of Wayne, she says, she points to the library. Wayne, go.
How's your quilt coming, Suzanne? I'm gonna have to call you guys and you're gonna have to show me how your quilt's coming along. Suzanne is a fellow quilter. I'm a quilter too. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
He had to have the 2 cents in there, didn't he?
Not you, Suzanne. That was my husband, Billy.
I can feel him saying, "Since when?"
I know. I'm getting ready to take my my long arm down because I have not been inspired to sew lately, and I need to pack it down. And
you have a lot going on, Kathleen.
I know.
Jeez.
I've got most of my I had like 65 bolts of fabric I packed down, and I'm still finding.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see above me. I still have, these are quilts that, I don't know if you can see on that top shelf there are quilt tops. There's like 6 of them that I haven't actually got.
Yeah, you used to have shelves. You used to have.
Oh yeah, they're behind here. Yeah, I took all the fabric out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't covered in fabric. Bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric. No, those are all boxed, bagged up now.
Right.
But,
right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get things packed down so that we can get the house. All that stuff has to get out of the house before you put it on the market, or it makes the closets look cluttered, and you don't want to.
So Suzanne,
out the market when people are looking in your closet and it doesn't look like you have any storage space. So
Suzanne says the top is done of the quilt, except for the borders.
The borders.
You are doing.
I know what she means.
Work, because she was just starting it when we were talking about a month ago. So she's got a new fancy machine.
You know, some years ago, we used to have people that knew how to quilt come into the school and teach students, boys and girls, and they made their own quilts. It was really, really neat. Really neat thing to do. Neat project. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Have you finished your Sunday lessons, Connie? See, I don't have to do that anymore. My Sundays are free. I'm gonna run it.
And if they call you into work, you use somebody else's lesson plans, which is the whole purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, but you know what? I just told my friend who works at the school. She's my very close friend of mine. I just told her today. I said, I'm not coming back, so don't expect me. I said, I'm done.
Have you finally put your permanent?
I haven't told the school district yet. They originally, because I had to go out and nurse my daughter, help out there. They booked me off till the end of December, but last week they put a feeler out and saying, "Are you back yet?"
Yeah, Sharon.
And I just said,
but I don't think you need to be at the top of the list first called. I think they need to be called. All these other people, then call me if you can't find somebody. Because you were full time there for a while. I mean, you might as well have had your own class.
I know. Oh no, I was working full time since day 1 September. this year because they're so short-staffed. And then my nephew was murdered, and so I had 2 weeks off, for that. And then I worked every day again. And then I took, November off to go nurse my daughter. But,
Yeah.
they don't have anybody. So, no, I'm done.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
It's not my problem that they're short-staffed.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going to be the finger that puts.
You're fantastic.
My finger has come out of the dike. They have to deal with it.
Yeah.
The dike's finger has come out of the dike.
Wouldn't want all that bad influence going around there, would you, Sharon?
No. Anyway, and the atmosphere has really changed. The staff has changed. It's just not the same. I'm just not having fun anymore.
Yeah. But you need to work on your project work. I've always
Exactly.
seen that
Yeah.
being really successful.
And besides, as I said before, I think I said last week that suddenly the government sent me a message, and I'm getting $300 more in my Canadian pension. So I thought,
Nice.
Hey,
we're getting a 5.9
there's my
increase.
pocket change.
We're getting a 5.9 increase on our Social Security benefits. Those of us that are retired and drawing Social Security, but our Medicare, which comes out of our Social Security, is increased enough to eat all but about $30 of it away, which is ridiculous, to give us 5.9.
Thanks,
and then
Connie.
we lose it towards the increase of the medical. So
Jesus.
we're paying the higher prices for groceries and all that. People with children are getting nice little bonuses and stuff because they have children. So they're getting the I don't know what it's called.
I saw that. I saw Aspie's comment.
But those of us that are retired and living on a pension and Social Security, nothing but higher utilities. And my utility bills, my electric went up 14% this quarter. Southern California Edison raised their rates 14%. My grocery bills over doubled in price. And
our grocery prices are out of sight here now.
I go to the grocery store and I just buy what I normally buy, $200. I'm like, how could that be? I'm just picking up primarily vegetables. I rarely buy much meat because I don't eat meat at all. My husband does. But we have a big freezer full of meat. And I haven't been buying. I buy like hamburger or something that's pre-ground that I can eat, which isn't that expensive. But I don't know, the price of groceries and produce finally came down at Thanksgiving. Thank God.
Now, with all the flooding that we've had, egg producers in the valley, they've lost so many hens. I can't remember how many tens of thousands, something like 50,000 hens. I mean, this place I'm talking about is Abbotsford in British Columbia. It is the top producing egg producer for the country.
Wow.
And they're wiped out.
Oh, wow.
So our chicken and egg prices, and supply of eggs is down. Like they've got a limit on how many
so you're expecting every egg you crack to get a little piece of gold, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The golden eggs. Yeah, I eat a lot of eggs. In fact, I am out of eggs, which is driving me crazy. And now somebody's got me craving quiche. So I think I'm going to run to Porterville and go to Aldi's, which usually has the cheapest egg prices, and buy several cartons of eggs.
We have an Aldi's here too.
Yeah, Aldi's like half the time the eggs are like 99 cents a dozen.
Ooh.
My husband usually, because his best friend lives in the Porterville area where we used to live, so usually he hits Aldi's and he buys eggs and yogurt. I get yogurt for 37 cents and I eat a lot of yogurt, so he buys me cases of yogurt and cases of eggs and all that there. And then I pick up all the produce at Wing Cove the other direction, which is all local produce, which is nice. And I live in California where they grow it. I don't know why produce is so high when they grow it here. I can see when they export it out, charging a lot. But for local, we don't even get number one. We get the crap. We get 2 and 3, quality stuff and the odd stuff, which I don't mind at all because it's all edible.
Tracy
But I
says
shouldn't
this
have
here.
to pay prime prices for it.
Tracy says, I have no clue how single parent families are doing it because it's hard for couples that are both working. Amen. I go through the register and think, how are
they're getting that
these
child
young
tax credit.
There's a lot of
$300
single
per
family.
child. It's not so bad.
There's a lot of single families,
Yeah,
single
It helps
parent
a lot.
families
Not a lot.
where I live. A lot of single parent families where I live, and I wonder how they're doing it.
Well, my daughter has 4 children, so that $300 per child when she has 4 really does help. But right
for me,
now,
it really does. And her children are younger too. And as you
she
get
has,
older,
well,
they-
yeah, she has only one in school right now, and the rest are in daycare. And but her 3 and 4-year-old daycare costs as much as she makes working. She goes, really, it's a joke me working because my babysitter actually makes more money than I do. She makes $50.
Oh my God.
Yeah. For just
why is she doing it then?
To get away from them.
Her sanity.
You have to work. Crystal.
Her sanity. Well, she's a very bright woman.
Yeah, she's extremely bright. Yeah, crazy bright, and she's needing to
the stimulation.
Find her independence. Besides just being a mommy, and she's a absolutely great mother.
She's a great mom. Yeah,
she needs to get her law degree. I mean, Brian's getting his, and she does all his paralegal stuff. She is the editor of every paper.
Right.
By the time he gets through law school, she could probably pass the bar. Well, she probably could anyways. She grew up around, in fact, she's working in the same business I worked in. I think that's hilarious. When she told me where she was working, I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
oh my
I was a paralegal, and she hasn't got her paralegal yet, but her office is willing to put her through law school. Put her through the paralegal program. I said, you need to do it, because I know she's going to end up running Brian's office anyway. She might as well draw a salary for it.
Tammy Bambi,
Hi,
I'm
Tammy.
not Kevin.
Yeah.
But he's cute like Kevin.
Dean has more hair.
And older.
Yeah. Dean's 10 years older than Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's a baby.
Kevin's our baby.
I just saying what Suzanne's got there. She says bacon is up to $12 a pound. Wow.
That's
I haven't seen that. I have.
It was at Costco when I saw
here
that.
Too. I've seen it $10 a pound here.
And it's funny, Suzanne, because one of the stores in my area, the butcher does bacon ends, and I use it like 5-pound things for $7.99. I haven't bought one because I had one, and I eat a lot of beans because I'm vegetarian, but I use bacon in the base of my beans too, because you need some of that fat and some of that. So I use the bacon ends. It doesn't have, well, it has a lot of meat in it, but I like to render the fat and do my onions and everything in the bacon fat. Gives a nice flavor to the beans. And yeah, I haven't bought another one, but I'm guessing it's going to be well over $12 for that 5-pound, probably closer to 20. But I buy those because of the way I use it. And,
okay, well, folks, I need to go. So, I mean, you can continue on, but I have to go. And
no, we all need to go. I know.
Yeah.
Dean and I were up late last night.
It sounds like you had a great time. That's good.
And if I had your
I'm going to say goodbye, everybody.
I would have sent you a message, but I don't have your instant messenger.
Oh, you can find me under Sharon Lee.
I'll do a link. I'll do a link, and that way
you can do a link.
Yeah, and then that way I'll have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I do have to go.
Get a hold of me.
Thanks, Connie.
And we'll do a reading. Hi, Connie. Hey, Wayne, feel free to give me a call if you want to talk about those downloads. Wayne and Suzanne have my number.
Does it still look green? I don't think it looks green, does it? It don't look green.
I don't think it looks green. I think they were teasing you.
Yeah, because I know I look good.
Anyways, we're going to end the broadcast. Thanks for joining us. Please do like and subscribe, leave messages. If you want a reading, send me an email. I will get back to you. I'm trying to get much better about reading my emails. I came from an email-driven workforce, and I'm retired, so I hate email, but I have my emails coming up on my phone automatically right now for my channel so that I don't miss the emails, because I am so bad about reading my emails. And I will get back to you as quickly as possible. And I love you all. You have a good day. May the energy stay very, very positive for us and be in an upward swing in the universe. And I will see you Tuesday on Kevin's show. Monday on Dean's. Are you doing a show Monday?
I haven't decided yet. I've kind of been intermittent lately.
Yeah,
it depends. It really depends on how I feel. Okay. And if my guides tell me go ahead, I'll do it. If they say
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a partner, Dean, I can jump on with you.
I might go on later. I don't know. It depends on what I get done.
So anyways, it was fun, and I will talk to everybody later, and have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy.
Bye.